Hello everyone and welcome. Since it's a nasty rainy day, I decided we're going to go walk through some of the projects I have going on and show you some of the tractors and whatnot I own. So we'll come back to this stuff later. Let's start out in the barn. Here we got a 1949 Farmall Cub. The hood and fuel tank's all pretty rough on it and has a bunch of rust in it. I've been running it off a little jerry can for the last couple of years, but we're going to get to the hood and fix that up so we can start running that off the actual tank. Back there we got a 1946 Farmall H. It runs, really doesn't need anything other than we're going to flush the coolant, put a water temp gauge in it, and probably a thermostat in it whenever it actually warms up out. Back there we got a 1961 International Cub Original. It's kind of parts right now. It needs a lot. It needs front tires. It needs the frame welded. It's cracked. It needs a bunch of other just miscellaneous stuff. Here we have the other Cub Cadet Original. It's also a 1961, but this one actually runs, has a mower deck on it. As you can tell, it leaks oil out of the rear end, so we're going to be getting to that eventually. And it also has a problem, fuel delivery issue. It started breaking up on me the last mow of the season. So we're going to have to do that also. And then here is kind of the plow tractor, but it's a mid-70s Boland's H16. Still got the Tecumseh overhead valve, 16 horsepower in it. I did recently repaint it. This thing was multicolored and rust and everything. So just to stop the rust, I kind of gave it a quick spray. But this thing is the main snow plowing tractor. And then just miscellaneous odds and ends in the barn. So here's my 1936 Farmall F20. It needs a lot of work done to it. Mainly there's a massive vacuum leak somewhere in the intake manifold, so it never wants to idle right. Other than that, I mean, it runs, drives decent. It's going to need front wheels, well, one front wheel to match, and tires on the front. It has brand new rubber on the back. Everything else is pretty much decent on it. There is a International 154, pretty much all for parts. The engine's coming out for one of the Farmall Cubs that are, well, the other Farmall Cub that is in the garage. A little 50cc quad. And Scrap Pal. So we're going to continue our equipment and project walkthrough with this mess of a area. It's a little storage area where I keep all my chemicals and whatnot. But let's go through and see what we got here for projects. Jacobson push mower, hasn't ran in a while. It has a newer Briggs & Stratton on it. It's about, the mower itself's from the 80s. That engine's mid-90s. Lumber 8251. That thing, oh, it hasn't ran in years. I kind of messed it up years ago whenever I was getting into this, and now that I look at it, I find a bunch of stuff wrong. So we'll get to that eventually. An old Toro, the bottom crank seal's out of it, so it needs that. Another little 19-inch lawn boy. I cannot remember what model it is. Looks like 5179 maybe. So that thing, it runs, it mows, it needs cleaned up because it was sitting in the garage for a while, so it's all dirty. Another old lawn boy, it needs the recoil fixed, and it runs. And that old lawn boy, it needs the fuel tank fixed. It leaks everywhere whenever you run it, but it does run and mow and do everything. I can't remember the years on these two. If you guys have any questions, I'm sure I can do an individual video on it once the weather changes. I can do whatever you guys want. Well, what is this? This is a Briggs 6S, whatever the aluminum 6 was. But that thing runs. The throttle's broken on it, so it's just singular speed, whatever. It does what I need to do. A couple chainsaws, an MS-180, steel MS-180, and my brand new MS-271 Farm Boss. Good saws, nothing really wrong with them. So we probably won't be doing many videos on these two, but if you guys want to see them in action, I can definitely do that. Continuing our walkthrough video, here's this little military generator. It's actually a 32 volt generator, so it's pretty much good for charging batteries quickly. It was used for radios, and they had them on a bunch of Deutz and a half, or Deuce and a half, whatever you want to call them, army trucks. So it needs carb work and everything. I kind of got that as a project. There's a little sneak peek of the Husqvarna project going on. So we'll go in the garage here. 1953 David Bradley Superpower with the rare Continental in it. Pennsylvania Panzer 1107. It needs an engine and trans rear end resealed. Farmall Cub 1950. The engine's blown up in it. That's what the 154 on top of the hill, that's what its engine is going to be put in. Cub Cadet 1200, that is becoming a pulling tractor, so that's a work in progress. Cub Cadet 149 that I put a Vanguard V-twin in. It needs drive shaft built for it still, but it does run. It's a neat little project. Kubota G5200. It's sitting here now. It's my mowing tractor, so the main mowing tractor. So you guys will see that come spring and summertime whenever I have that out. Honda Recon. Sorry for all the crap on it. It kind of became a catch-all with this project going on. And finally, we have this little Toro CCR 2000. Nothing really wrong with it. Just use it to snow blow the driveway. Oh, and there's also a Honda push motor back there and an old air compressor. But other than that, that's about it for the garage. Oh, keep forgetting about this one because it just kind of sits here in the corner. Turn the flash on so you guys can see it. It is a Briggs & Stratton model. I can't remember what model this is. Oh. Oh yeah, that's right. The tags are on the back. What is this? It's a Model 14 Briggs. It's like a 5 horsepower. But that thing did run, and then it started having issues and dying on me. I kind of never got back into it. Robbed the spark plug off of it for probably that thing or another project, but that's one of those I got to get to list. It's going to be coming around for engine shows here in the spring and summer because I got a blower to put on it so we can actually stay cool at some of these shows. So, well, that's about the end of the walk around video. There's a couple other things hiding in places, but with how it is and how tight everything's packed in here, we'll get to those once I actually start clearing out the garage once spring hits. So, well, as of right now, have a good day and thanks for watching.